Warning: the following contains very naughty language and humor. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey guys, Handsome Dave here. So today I'm breaking the silence, and my first good, the bad, and the what the fuck back will be on Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I know I did a status, for those who follow me on Facebook, I did a status update about my thoughts on Star Wars: The Last Jedi, but I figured since I was back I may as well do one of these videos to start it off. There's been a lot of controversy around this movie, and some of it I can understand. I can understand where some of the Star Wars fans are coming from. Some of them I think are a little ridiculous, and some of them I think are really mean. Like, I've been really wishy-washy about doing this video because I really don't want to get into a rant about it. But, like, even before I get to it, I have to say, like, the biggest what the fuck thing I will say is the Star Wars community. Like, they've become incredibly salty and ignorant and rude. I mean, the biggest offense to this, I will say, is how Kelly Marie Tran has been treated. Like, okay, I understand, first off, guys, Rose is not a very well-popular character, and that's fine. Wasn't a big fan of her. However, I will understand the reason why she was in the movie was to create hope for characters who felt hopeless. Like, I understood her attitude, I understood where she was coming from, but the overall arc of the character wasn't there. Like, she wasn't a very well-rounded character, but I did understand where she was coming from. But fans have taken to social media and just started bashing her. Like, it's unreasonable for what they've said and done to this poor girl. Like, it's gotten to the point where she's actually removed her Instagram and Facebook account now. And for Star Wars fans, like, it's supposed to be a community. It's supposed to be, again, as I talked on the podcast a while back, like, fandom is a source of comfort, but to absolute slander a person, let alone a celebrity who's part of a fandom we all love, it's awful. Like, I have to say, that's the biggest what the fuck part of this video, is the Star Wars community, and I'm very disappointed at sometimes to be called a fan of Star Wars because of that. Like, it's sad. It's really, really sad. But I mean, all that aside, guys, here is the good, the bad, and the what the fuck for Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
The good, the bad, and the what the fuck.
Yes, that was good.
So starting off the good, my biggest favorite part of this movie, and again, guys, you know that there's going to be spoilers in this moving forward. I loved the fact that they brought the original puppet back for Yoda. Seeing the scene with, like, Luke Skywalker, and then all of a sudden the Force ghost of Yoda appears, and realizing that it was the actual puppet from Empire Strikes Back, it was like full of nostalgia for me. I honestly was through the roof excited about they did that. They didn't have to. They could have just used CGI, but obviously they did use CGI. He was a Force ghost, but at the same time, it was the puppet of Yoda. It was so cool. And I mean, again, it being a Star Wars movie, guys, it was visually stunning. Like, it was awesome. Like, I mean, I know a lot of it is CGI, but like a lot of it too, like just how the characters made those sets and those scenes all fleshed out. Like, and another really cool part, speaking of scenes, is when Admiral Holden takes the flagship and just hits that warp drive right through those Star Destroyers. That scene, I know that this came out on Netflix again, and just watching that scene again, I was like, yeah, take it to the Empire. I know Daisy Ridley is always fantastic as Rey. Like, honestly, I liked her character in this. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't like, but I mean, I thought the growth of her character to the Jedi that she was fantastic, and it was really cool seeing, you know, Mark Hamill back as essentially the Obi-Wan Yoda character and training her, and it was really, really enjoyable. Also, another very good thing before I stop the good here, that fight scene with Kylo Ren and Rey on the flagship after Snoke got killed and they're fighting the Praetorian Guards. Holy fucking Santa Claus shit. That was incredible. I honestly love that scene so much, and I would watch that scene over and over and over again if I can. Oh, I guess it's on Netflix, so I can do that now.
Smell bad.
There was a lot of scenes in this movie that I really didn't like. One of them being the opening sequence with Poe and the Dreadnought. I just felt like they were using too much humor. Like, way too much humor. Like, at first it was funny, and then it just kept going and going and going and going, and I'm like, okay, stop. This isn't funny anymore. This isn't Star Wars. Like, what are you doing? Stop. Another scene that I will admit, and it's funny because I'm a little wishy-washy about this too, because I do like it, but I also don't like it, is the progression of Luke's character. I get it, he's haunted by what's happened in the past, and he's trying to move forward, and trying to be alone and die alone, but like, I don't know, there was just something about the character that just didn't feel like Luke Skywalker. I get it, he's supposed to be like in isolation and away from everyone, but it was just something about it that was just missing that Luke Skywalker show. I know Mark Hamill's gone on record to saying that he hated how his character was portrayed, and that's fine. I wasn't a fan of it either, but I mean, I just felt like they could have done him a little more justice than they did. Like, it was, I don't know, it was kind of weak. Yeah, Penny agrees too. So also, getting back to that whole Admiral Holden scene, that character, I get it, it's Ellie Sattler from Jurassic Park. Cool, that's awesome, with purple hair. But like, what the fuck do you do? Like, I know you just showed up, and I'm supposed to care, but why? Why am I supposed to care about you? I don't care about you. Like, I just wish that you were introduced maybe in the last movie. Maybe it'd show you in the last movie, so I could have had, oh, okay, I remember her. But like, she's supposed to be this huge, awesome admiral that's going to save the fleet. And no. I mean, technically she does. She does save the fleet in the end, but like, I'm sorry, I just didn't have that connection. Another thing that I really, again, is an opportunity missed. Like, again, they did it with Force Awakens too. Captain Phasma. I mean, you guys got Gwendolyn Christie to play her. That's awesome. Brienne of Tarth is amazing from Game of Thrones. But like, you keep cutting her down showtime. Like, you only gave her like a 10-minute scene in this, or maybe 15 at absolute most. But like, she had more screen time in The Force Awakens than she did more in The Force Awakens. But like, why? You're supposed to give her more. Also, I don't know if this is considered a bad thing or a good thing, but I'm kind of on the fence about the whole relationship between Kylo Ren and Rey. Like, I get Snoke kind of like force connected them and everything, but where is this going? Because there's a lot of scenes there where I thought they were siblings, or they had that sibling mentality, and now there's a couple scenes where is there something more? Like, please don't make them like related and they have like the whole Lannister background. That's weird. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me.
What the fuck was that?
Guys, you want the what the fuck? Here's the what the fuck. My biggest what the fuck moment in this movie is the whole Canto Bite scene. The whole casino fucking scene. I do not get it. I do not get it. I am sorry, guys. I am trying my hardest to understand the purpose of it. Okay, so, like, I get the fact that the Canto Bite scene is supposed to set up the resistance is out there, that, you know, war crimes are bad, and that there's really no sides, everyone's kind of just making money off this war. I get that. That's a really cool idea. That's kind of making Star Wars a little bit more real. But the whole scene was fucking pointless. They go to get the Master Codebreaker, and you know what the Master Codebreaker does? Nothing. He's playing craps. That's it. And they don't even get him. They get the guy from the jail who breaks him out and makes them realize, oh, hey, by the way, there's no two sides. Everyone kind of profits from this war. And it's what was his name? DJ, that was it. And I just, how did that work out for them? They ended up getting captured. Their original plan didn't even work. There's no point. There was no point to it. It was just filler. It was 45 minutes of filler, unnecessary filler, and I just don't get it. Like, that is my biggest what the fuck scene in this movie. Minus the big giraffe boob nipple thing that spurts out green milk. That was fucking weird. That was really fucking weird. I didn't like that scene. Anyhow, guys, there you have it. There's my good, the bad, and the what the fuck for Star Wars The Last Jedi. Again, I enjoyed this movie. Not my favorite Star Wars movie. I still don't think it deserves the heat it's getting. I think that petition needs to stop about getting it remade. That's just stupid. I know a lot of fans are also mad because this is the last movie Carrie Fisher was in, and you know what? Just let it be. Let it be what it was. Just respect it for Star Wars. And my biggest thing, like I said at the beginning of this video, is the Star Wars community. They just become so salty and miserable, and this was one of the best communities and social groups to ever be a part of. And unfortunately now it's become such a sad thing, and unfortunately I don't like talking Star Wars about people anymore, or sorry, talking about Star Wars with people anymore, just because it's so negative now, and it's not fun. Like, I mean, when I find that one positive person that wants to talk about Star Wars, I will gladly talk about Star Wars with you. But, like, guys, it's a movie at the end of the day. Like, sure, it has meaning. Sure, it has a lot of meaning for all of us. Like, guys, I remember seeing Star Wars when I was 4 years old, and it still holds a special place in my heart. Not many movies do. But, like, to bully someone over it, there's so much else going on right now that just doesn't need to happen. So, guys, at the end of the day, just love each other and stay handsome.